So today, let's talk about a law that applies to both condominiums and homeowner associations. Okay, so here's the law that applies to both. Within 90 days after the end of the fiscal year or annually, on a date provided in the bylaws, the association shall prepare and complete or contract for the preparation and completion of a financial report for the preceding fiscal year. Within 21 days after the final financial report is completed, but not later than 120 days after the end of the fiscal year, or date is provided in the bylaws, the association shall mail to each unit owner or hand deliver to each unit owner a copy of the financial report or a notice that a copy of the financial report will be mailed or hand delivered to the unit owner without charge upon receipt of a written request from the unit owner.
Okay, wait a minute. What does all that mean in English? I didn't bring my English to legalese dictionary with me.
Google Translator? Okay. So, here's what it means. Almost all associations run their fiscal year to mirror the calendar year, right? From January 1st to December 31st. So when you plug in the dates to the above, here's what it simply means. By March 30th, your association has to be under contract for the preparation and completion of a financial report for the preceding fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah. So by March 30th, every condo and every HOA in Florida had to be under contract for the preparation and completion of the financial report for the year 2023.
Okay. So within 21 days after the final financial report is completed, but not later than April 30th. What's today?
Yeah, 29th.
Okay. The association shall mail to each unit owner or hand deliver to each unit owner a copy of the financial report or a notice that a copy of the financial report will be mailed or hand delivered to the unit owner without charge upon receipt of written request from the unit owner and probably put it up on the website.
Yes, that's true once it's done. Okay. If you're required to have a website. Today's the 29th. That means your time is up.
Hello.
And I hope your report is finished.
So what is included in this holy hallowed year-end financial report?
Okay, so the type of year-end financial report that each association has to prepare, it depends upon the size of that association's budget. So, for example, okay, just run through a couple of examples here. If the association's annual revenue was $150,000 or more, but less than $300,000, you have to prepare what's called a compiled financial statement. Now, quite frankly, it's kind of funny. It's basically where the board or management company gives the accountant the financial records, and they're a mess, and the accountant puts their stamp on them and says, we make no assurance whatsoever that anything here is accurate. That's basically, what a compilation is. Really doesn't mean much.
Like Trump did. He put that on his...
Objection.
Oh, yeah.
There's no crime there.
I know. Oh my gosh. So, next category, the association with total annual revenues of at least $300,000 but less than $500,000 shall prepare reviewed financial statements.
Yeah, that's a little more assurance. It's called a review. But The next category that everybody seems to know is we have total annual revenues of $500,000 or more. They have to prepare an audit. Again, that's the category that most of our listeners know the best.
The audit.
And an audit involves a lot goes into it. They get in touch with the attorneys for the association to check about current litigation. Bank balances are verified. The debts are verified. But again, that only comes in. Everybody thinks at the end of the year their association has to do this year-end audit. Not true. Only if your budget is $500,000 or more.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And there's another category, the final category.
One.
An association with total annual revenues of less than $150,000 shall prepare a report of cash receipts and expenditures.
Exactly.
So, $150,000 is the threshold on that one.
Yeah, and very little. Yeah, you don't. And by the way, that's the only one you don't need an accountant for. Just show what came in. And show how it was spent by category. Okay. That's it.
Boom.
Let me conclude by saying this. If a condo association makes a mistake, generally, we spoke about this many times in the show.
It happens.
And the DBPR, of course, and the DBPR finds out about it, they would rather educate you and punish you, as long as, it was an honest mistake. The exception to that rule is when you fail to timely prepare your year-end financial reports. They won't stand for that, and I can't blame them. There should be no excuse, quite frankly, for not getting this done on time, because you have a long period to actually.
But they're not paying me, Eric.
Yes, well, you're paying the accountant, but you have to have the accountant on the payroll
to
do this for you.
I see. Okay.
And I can tell you, like a bell goes off with the DBPR. They won't stand for it. and they will hit the association with thousands of dollars in fines if it's a condo.
Yeah, and
If
the
it's
condo
condo.
people are paying for that, by
Right,
the way. The
exactly.
residents are
They
paying
get hit
for
with a
their
fine,
inadequacy.
Board screws up. That's exactly right.
Lovely.
Right.
And what about HOAs?
What about them?
Or babies?
But what about them? So, since HOAs are not under the control of the DBPR, there's really no penalty for an HOA to timely, not timely comply with this statutes. It's almost sometimes like, we'll get to it when we get to it. That's just
Nice.
basically how it is
Especially when
sometimes.
they have a golf course. They're losing money.
They're losing money.
Big time.
Exactly. There's no fear of failing to timely comply. But in any event,
But
in
the
the
DPR is taking a little bit more presence over HOAs.
a little bit, yeah, they're doing election recall matters, but
Maybe eventually financial.
yeah, but still, it's not total control.
Yeah.
Yes, like I said, a condo person here has the right to complain if the report's not done. HOA person will scream to the wind.
Yeah,
right?
but safety concerns aren't that big in terms of, it's your own house. If you have a problem,
there still should be a report
yeah,
done. You still should know where your money's going.
that's true.
Right? You still should know. So
A profit
there's this
loss?
law that says you have a right to know where your money's going.
Yeah.
And it's got to be done by this time of the year. You got one more day. One more day to do it. Love to hear from condos and HOAs out there, to your listeners. Have you tried to get year-end financial reports and were simply told we don't have them? What are those? I'm telling you, I've had
That's a bad
situations
sign.
where
They say, what's that?
what's that? Well, I'm telling you, I've had situations where clients have said we've asked for it, and the association hasn't done them for years.